Hey Pheasant Lane fam, I hope you're doing well. My name is Robert and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. Today's video has been 3 years in the making. I think some of you might have a little idea where this is going, and some of you might not. So today is Labor Day, which kind of goes hand in hand with the topic I'm about to talk about. First thing I want to say is I hope everyone had a great Labor Day. Thank you to all of those who keep America moving forward. I'm not going to get into politics. That's all I'm going to say is for those working in the workforce right now, you are appreciated whether it seems that way or not. Personally, it feels kind of hard for me to celebrate Labor Day because I have not worked in 1,043 days. But 1,043 days ago, which was a Monday just like today, I went to work, normal work. A drunk driver made some bad decisions and nearly cost me my life. I ended up about 4:30 in the afternoon on that Monday in a trauma room full of doctors and nurses, cutting my uniform, my bullet-resistant vest off of me, my belt, my boots, you name it, bleeding all over a trauma room floor, not knowing if I was going to make it or not. So when you look back that far, I think your mind starts to play tricks with time, or I should say time starts to play tricks on your mind. Looking back, that seems like a lifetime ago for me. And I don't know if that's because your mind tries to push out all the bad things, all the pain, all that. But also looking back at it, it seems like yesterday. So it's kind of weird when you have a traumatic event like that and you're looking back on it. One side of your brain, it seems like yesterday. The other side, it seems like it was 100 years ago. But the purpose of this video is it's been 1,043 days. But I'm going back into the workforce. I'm not going back to anything to do in law enforcement. That was actually decided for me by pension board, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, all that fun stuff. The severity of my injuries to my arm, I was deemed that I would never be fit for duty again for law enforcement. So basically I had to restart my life over in my early 30s. And I'm super happy to say that I've accepted an internship with a worldwide agribusiness. And we've been in the talks after the internship where they just want to keep me around and move me into a full-time role. Right now, I'm being hired as an agronomy intern, which I actually need to do an internship for my college degree. I graduate in December. So it feels kind of weird to say, hey, I'm going back to work. But it's getting real. Last week, I took a drug test, and I've been breaking in a new pair of Thorogood work boots. So actually 2 pair, thanks to farmhand Gavin, but we're not even going to get into that now. So it seems almost surreal. In the 3 years since, next month will be 3 years. It seems surreal that since I've been hurt, we built this barn. These pastures were pretty much cleared before I got hurt. I put these in, got the land cleared. Since I've been hurt, a lot of help from friends and family, and we've been able to put pastures in and put fences up, and all this stone, 800 ton of stone's been hauled in here. We bought a new stock trailer, and we kept building this farm because I wasn't going to let the bad actions and decisions of one person stop myself and Amber, and especially Kiddo, from having the dreams that we initially bought this property for. So there's been a lot of turmoil. There's been a lot of ups and downs, to say the least. If you get hurt at work, you guys know how it goes. You're not really in control of your own life anymore. There's people in control of your doctor's appointments and who's going to pay for it and who's going to make your medical decisions for the most part. Who's going to do this? And, I need this surgery. Are they even going to pay for it? There's been a lot of ups and downs. But I will say this. I haven't worked in nearly 3 years, but I feel like on a personal level, I've put in more work in 3 years than I think most people can even comprehend. 18 months of physical therapy, 3, sometimes 4 days a week. When you work for 6 months just so you can take your right hand and touch your nose. Which still, I can do it. It's not easy, but my arm's here. I can move some things with it. I don't have strength. I still have a ton of nerve damage and nerve pain. But I block all that out because I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful for all the blessings we've been given. And I'm thankful that I've been given this opportunity to go back to work. For some people, it might seem like small potatoes. For you guys that have been watching this channel since before I got hurt, when we started this channel in March of 2020, it's been an up and down whirlwind. But putting in all the work, all the physical therapy hours, all the pain, the tears, waking up in the middle of the night covered in blood because something tears, Um, it's been a trip. Another thing is, I did almost 7, 8 years in law enforcement. Before that, I was in industrial, commercial, automotive, marine sales. Before that, I worked in the music industry for a long time. At one point, I restored antique tractors for a guy, his business. I ran farm equipment. I painted barns and houses, kind of a do-it-all kind of business. And when I got hurt, they said that I had zero transferable skills to the workforce coming from law enforcement, which was kind of crazy for me. So literally, while I was still in physical therapy, which is a big no-no, I started going back to college. So those two plans overlapped. And I have been taking full class schedules since, when was it? I can't remember now, but it's been a year and a half. So 3 years, I've finished 2 college degrees, actually 3 technically, 18 months of physical therapy, doctor's appointments, surgeries, you name it, pension board doctor's appointments, insurance doctor's appointments. We had a trial in there for the person that did this to me. It's been crazy. But I'm proud that I'm going back, and I'm proud that this company had kind of approached me initially about this job. They're a very well-known business in this area. And it's exciting to start something new, a new chapter. I feel like the law enforcement chapter was technically closed 3 years ago, but now it's officially done. I'm officially moving on to something bigger and better, at least in my mind. I miss the guys I used to work with, but I'm sure I'll make a bunch of new friends and new contacts and associates, and that's just the way it goes. But beautiful day out here today. It was extremely hot for being Labor Day. We went and walked around an antique tractor power show today. Come out to do the evening chores. We got 4 new feeder calves in here. And once I started talking to the little black box, they looked at me like I was crazy and ran outside. If you can see over here, there's been a lot of big things going on. I was going to do a separate video, but I think we'll bulk it all together. That is a new horse for Kiddo. If you guys have watched the channel, you know Valentine's Day 2023, our foal Apollo was born. A week later, his mom died. So we've been on the lookout for a step-up horse. We're not going to send Apollo to the trainer till he's close to 4. We don't want him to have any leg or joint issues. So we've been looking for months and months on a step-up horse. We had our county fair last week. We met a nice family whose daughter is going off to college. They were really picky about the type of home he went to. They wanted him out on pastures. Kiddo rode him at the fair. Those two had an instant bond. He's pretty tall. He's technically a POA, a Pony of America. And they bonded like this. This is actually the first time she's ridden him just because we were busy this weekend. We want to give him some time to adjust. We have some new horses here, new cattle that he hasn't been around. But that is Jingles the pony. And yeah, he's a good boy. Also, you guys know that we started Koonie Koonies after I got hurt. I wanted something. I just wanted to have animals on the farm, kind of give me something to look forward to. And we got into some Koonie pigs. We had a litter, sold them all off just to friends as pets, just kind of something to do. And Kiddo's been wanting a mini cow for, I use that term loosely, a mini cow for years. Now she understands that these cattle are food. She takes care of these cattle at night when I have class. We currently have 4 feeder steers here. And she always gets super attached to them, and she knows that they're meat. She doesn't cry. She helps me load them in the trailer. She goes with me to drop them off at the meat plant, the processor. And that's that. She knows we give them the best life while they're here on our farm. But she started putting this bug in my ear and in Amber's ear, like, I wish I had a mini cow that I could walk around and, we wouldn't eat. It's kind of hard to blame her. Deep down, don't tell my wife, I've always wanted mini cattle also. So, also at the same county fair, I had been put in contact with this gentleman before fair. Great family. He's a union firefighter up in Toledo. We got put in contact with him, and at the county fair, he goes, come on over, I got 4 for sale. Premium bloodlines. I thought we were buying something as a pet. Now it looks like we may be getting into the kind of winter show cattle circuit. So God bless me, or help me. I got to start picking a bunch of overtime for that, I'm sure. Show horses, now show cattle. But hey, that makes her one happy little kid. And she's not sitting in front of a computer or a TV screen very often. So I think that amounts to something there. So we have Jingles the pony that she's out here riding right now. And we also have Whiskey, the registered mini Hereford bull. Like I said, we went to buy him. I thought we were just buying a pet. I didn't know his pedigree and his bloodlines were so good. And so maybe we'll make Kiddo show him this winter. I don't know what's going on. But if you guys know Kiddo, she comes up with some unique names for animals on the farm. The whole first week that we had agreed to buy Whiskey, she told everybody his name was Chicken Nugget. Chicken Nugget, the mini bull. Not even gonna ask. So we have a separate pen out there for Whiskey. He goes out with the big cattle. They share a common pasture, but try to keep him separated. We don't want him to get hurt, and he's on a show feed, so I don't want these guys eating my $20 bag show cattle feed. But we'll go out, we'll show you some videos and images of Whiskey. I'm gonna go out here and watch Kiddo ride Jingles. But it has really been the most trying 3 years of my life. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of worrying about money. At one point, I've said it before, somebody didn't submit some paperwork, went on a vacation, and I went almost 3 months without a paycheck. So I'm blessed that we had a savings, we had some money set back, but when your money stops and you can't get a hold of anyone and no one's answering the phone, and it was just really frustrating time during my life. I've learned a lot more patience. Now I just kind of, whatever happens, happens. And when those people call me back and they go, well, it's not a big deal, we didn't submit some paperwork. Well, you just went on vacation. I bet if your check stopped for 12 weeks, 10 or 12 weeks, whatever it was, you wouldn't be happy either. So it's been a lot of trials and tribulations, going back to school, you know, so I basically can continue to get a paycheck. I'm blessed that I finished 2 college degrees, or 3, whatever it is now. And excited to enter the workforce. I know I'm starting to go in circles, but it's been a long time in the making. So take care, everybody. As always, God bless and make smart decisions. And thank you to everyone, who's been there for us. Sorry, some medications kind of make me do that. Who've been there for us from the beginning, or those friends that we just met that are there to support us. We appreciate every single one of you. All right, I'm gonna go watch Jingles and we'll get some footage. Whiskey's pen is wide open. He has full reign to the pasture right now, and he likes to just take a lot of naps. So I guess we have that in common. All right, well, if I don't get bit by that giant horsefly. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in a moment. So this is Jingles. He's a happy boy. He, just like me, he needs to lose a few pounds. But we'll get him in shape. But when a kid and a horse have a certain bond, and that horse respects that kid from the get-go, that goes to stand for a lot. So he's almost push button. She's got some more work to do with him to get him exactly where she wants him. But he's a good boy. You figure out how tall he is yet? She doesn't like those new reins, but I told her she's got to learn to ride with leather reins, not just roper style reins. Whiskey says it's dinner time. You like that saddle? Bought the saddle a year ago, but didn't have anything big enough to put him on. All right, we're gonna let Kiddo and Jingles bond. Let's go over and take a peek at Whiskey. You know the gate's been open for like 6 hours, right? Huh? You have a whole pasture to yourself and you just lay in there and take naps. We might be soulmates, bud. Huh?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Say, I don't know yet.
Oh, now we're gonna run. Little guy cracks me up. I don't think Whiskey's ever seen goats or pigs before, and I don't think he knows that fence is electric yet, but I think he's bound to find out here momentarily. All right, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. Just gave Whiskey a little more food to get him in his pen here. This is a 9 or 10 by 18 or 20, I can't remember how big, loafing shed that's all lined with oak boards. Whiskey's got this all to himself, and behind me you can see he's got his own little pasture area and then we share the big pasture with the big cows, or the big steers, I should say. So he's got a nice little area here. He's got a nice little straw bed there that kiddo fluffs for him every day. So he is living the good life. Right, buddy? All right, Whiskey, say goodbye, YouTube. We'll catch y'all later. Take care, everybody. God bless.